When it comes to trash talking, Chael Sonnen remains the undefeated, undisputed UFC trash talk king. An absolute expert in provocation and probably the only UFC guy who should be doing stand-up. In today's video, you get to see some of the entertaining feuds and outlandish viewpoints of the American Gangster. This is one video you will definitely want to stick around and watch till the end. The Anderson Silva versus Chael Sonnen rivalry is one of the best in UFC history. The epic trash talk between the pair is simply hilarious to say the least. This entertaining feud can be traced back to the pre-fight press conference of the matchup between Michael Bisping and Chael Sonnen on Fox 2, where Sonnen was more focused on a potential rematch with Silva. Well, listen, I believe that I'm the true champion. This is the true UFC belt. This was Anderson Silva's belt, and I took his belt like a gangster in the night. I walked in and took it like a welcher on a football belt. If he wants his belt back, he can come and get it. But as far as I'm concerned, he's as relevant as Mike Tyson, and the only thing he hasn't done is announce his retirement. He should paint his face, gain 100 pounds, sit in the third row, and hope that somebody remembers who they are, because neither of those guys matter anymore. The fight later ended in Sonnen's favor as he defeated Bisping via a unanimous decision. About 3 months later, though, the American Gangster landed his much-desired rematch with Silva at UFC 148. Sonnen took his antics a step further when he made some offensive remarks about the Brazilian culture at the UFC 148 press conference in April of 2012. And mind you, the Spider was on Brazilian soil. As far as my impression of Brazil, it's a lot like America. When I was a little kid, I remember going outside, I'd sit around with my friends, we'd talk about the latest technology in medicine and gaming and American ingenuity. And I look outside and Anderson and the Brazilian kids are sitting outside playing in the mud. So it was really a lot like it. The fact that Sonnen was able to say whatever came to his mind, even on foreign soil, made a lot more people respect him. It's something that only a few fighters can do. Wanderlei Silva. The fight between Chael and Wanderlei produced some of the best trash talk in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Before fighting at Bellator 180, Chael and Silva served as coaches on The Ultimate Fighter, Brazil in 2013. Sonnen showered the middleweight legend Wanderlei with insults at the build-up to the fight. More of this feud can be seen in the 2011 interview with Ariel Helwani, where Sonnen defamed the axe murderer. Wanderlei, you are an immigrant from Brazil. I'm a gangster from America. Are you sure you want to play that game with me? Listen, Wanderlei, I will do a home invasion on you. I will cut the power to your house, and the next thing you'll hear is me climbing up your stairs in a pair of night vision goggles I bought in the back of Soldier of Fortune magazine. I'll pick the lock to the master room door, take a picture of you in bed with the Nogueira brothers working on your jiu-jitsu. I'll take said photograph, post it at www.dorksfrombrazil.com, password not required, username not required. That, Wanderlei, is how you threaten someone, dummy. Sonnen didn't just attack the axe murderer in person, he also took shots at his home country of Brazil and his surname, saying, "I want an easy fight. Anderson Silva or Wanderlei Silva, either of the Silvas, Bigfoot Silva, they all suck. Give me a Silva." Jon Jones. Just like Wanderlei Silva, Jon Jones and Chael Sonnen were both coaches on The Ultimate Fighter in 2013. Right from the onset, Sonnen always got under the skin of Jon Jones. This was what made their feuds even more interesting. Sonnen's trash talk was what landed him the opportunity to face Jones. After Jones's original opponent, Dan Henderson, stepped down a few weeks before the bout, the American Gangster took advantage of this opportunity to call Jones out. "I just don't know why he won't fight me next Saturday. I mean, what else does he have to do? Is there like a wine tasting at the local racetrack or something I haven't heard about? I don't know what his deal is. Maybe Dana didn't make it clear enough that he was willing to fly Jones out. Maybe John thought he had to drive." Most fight fans argue that Sonnen never really deserved a title shot at Jones, considering the fact that he had lost his last fight to Renato Sobral in 2005. However, Jones accepted a challenge about 8 months later after Sonnen made his remark. Although Jones won the fight and retained his belt, Sonnen had achieved all he wanted, which was actually more publicity and another title fight. Tito Ortiz. Chael Sonnen took the whole idea of trash talk to a whole new level when it came to Tito Ortiz. At the Bellator 170 pre-fight press conference, Ortiz said that Sonnen earned his big fights with his mouth. Sonnen used Ortiz's past relationship with famous porn star Jenna Jameson to attack Ortiz. The American Gangster responded by saying, "Tito always says I'm using my mouth to get opportunities. The only person that I know that made money using their mouth is his ex-wife." This line made Ortiz furious and made him shake visibly. Tito defended himself by saying, "Just to correct you, there was never no marriage," Ortiz said. "You're a fucking punk, dude. That's what you call class. Right here, compared to no class." Meanwhile, Sonnen was amused by Ortiz's anger. "That was a nasty line by me," Sonnen said. "They don't call you the bad guy for nothing." Although Sonnen later lost the bout to Tito, his hilarious comments will always be remembered more by the fight community than Chael's loss to Tito. Sonnen was never one to pass up on an opportunity. Sonnen's motto in life was, "If you never go too far, you will never go far enough." And this was what made him the UFC trash talk king. Sonnen often got some big fights that his fellow fighters could only wish for. The difference was that Sonnen acted on his own dream and brought it to reality. He was never deterred by his losses either. During a verbal war with John Jones, Sonnen had a word for the former light heavyweight champion, Lyoto Machida, who was among those that he overtook to fight Bones. Guys always get jealous or envious of an opportunity, but they never want to walk out to the mound and point to the crowd and tell them where they're going to hit the ball. I will. I'll call my shots. And as far as talking my way into it, what do I care about that? So what, I talked my way into it. I wanted it and I got it. I talked a cat out of a tree earlier today. I'll do whatever I want. Sonnen saw no reason why he should apologize to any top-tier fighter at 205 pounds. After he moved to the light heavyweight division to accept a title fight with Jones. Be it a fellow fighter or a fan, Sonnen surely knows what to say in reply to any joke that comes at his expense. Back in 2013, the UFC Trash Talk King did not hesitate to respond to a fan at the Q&A Expo. At the event, Bill Smallwood, who happens to be a fan of Sonnen and a pro MMA fighter, used some insultive words on Chael during one of the 2013 UFC Expo's Q&A sessions. Sonnen, who was unfazed, used his quick intellect to turn the situation around and made it go against the up-and-coming fighter from Oklahoma. "Spit it out, brother. You're putting everyone to sleep, man. I'm about to come down there and whoop your ass in a second. Real talk, stupid. Speak English. I don't speak ghetto. I don't even know what real talk means. Here's real talk, dummy. If you don't get to the end of the line, I'm gonna come down there and warm up on you before I take care of LeBron James later tonight." Smallwood got the message and realized that he was outclassed by Sonnen both physically and intellectually. But what do you think about the video so far? Which one of these Chael Sonnen trash talk moments is your favorite? And do let us know what you think in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.